Welcome to the Wild Tribe Podcast. I'm your host, Marina Valmont.
And it's your boy Fernello, and we're joined by the lovely, voluptuous, incredible
Sarah Arabic.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's give her a round of applause. A round of applause to those titties, goddammit.
So, for those people living under a rock and who aren't familiar with you, tell them a little bit about yourselves and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Sarah Arabic. If you couldn't tell by my name, I am Arabic. I'm a content creator, performer.
Hugely popular.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I hate, kind of hyping myself up that much, but
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's good to have cheerleaders sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I discovered this young lady. Just like 6 months ago, I think, and I saw her, and she instantly reminded me of a young lady that I was seeing.
I don't know who you're talking about. We won't name names, but I know.
Yeah, so I mean, who I'm currently talking to this day, and I was like, holy shit, she's doing this with her background. That's interesting. So I kind of was like intrigued by you as a performer because I'm dating someone with the same cultural background as yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like I know she's going through some kind of like battle with this sometimes,
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your background, like how you got started in this business and how was your sexual past like when you were growing up.
So, I was born in Iraq, but I grew up in Dubai most of my life. I actually moved to the
Dubai,
States.
baby.
Yeah, I moved to the States like around 5-ish years ago. I grew up to a really strict, like Muslim traditional Arabic household.
Right.
You're not allowed to do anything. You're not even allowed to talk about anything that's sexual. Everything is always like kind of not talked about. Very
Right.
taboo. Very not you're not allowed to do any of that.
Yes, it's haram.
Yes,
Very haram.
exactly. My tagline, well, kind of one
Very
of my
haram.
tagline is, what is it? Halal in the streets,
Haram,
and haram in the
sheets, baby.
I love that.
That's it.
But I kind of remember the first time I was more open to like the sexual things was. I'm not gonna say how old I was, but it was like we had a family computer.
Oh, the good old internet,
You got some alone time on it.
LimeWire. Everybody
what's
remembers
this?
LimeWire.
Yes, torrent
Yeah.
files.
Torrent files, and just download things. You'd find like weird sites and
Yeah.
get on them. And then it wasn't until I was in college I got my own laptop,
Right.
and that's when I kind of really started exploring myself like more sexually. I've had like my first orgasm when I was probably 18 or 20, somewhere between that age. I
Right,
was in
right.
college.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was it
it was-
self-induced?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the best way to do it because you got to know how your body works for you to get
But
off.
at 18 and 20, that's old to have your first
Yeah.
orgasm.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to understand.
Because I never
It's a
like,
cultural thing, you know.
before I would like kind of get wet and I just never understood what that was. Like I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, but I never really
Wow.
acted on it until
Because they weren't allowed to do certain things, and it was so sheltered that
Yeah.
it wasn't explored. And I know that because I've dealt, like I had a girlfriend that didn't know how to orgasm.
Yeah.
And because she grew up very sheltered, and she wasn't out there like that. She was very super religious. So like a lot of the times they're not allowed to explore that sexual side of them. It's considered like sin or
Yeah.
haram or whatever. And
Very taboo.
yeah, so it's not until when they get with their partners, they have sometimes trouble pleasing their partners because
Yeah.
they don't know what works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
What was it like growing up as a local female in Dubai? Because I only know the tourist version.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the tourist version is really nice. When I was there through school, college, and then a little bit when I started working.
Right.
I would say like because most of like the earlier years, like the what do you call them? Not primitive years, but like the forming years. I was all under my parents, so it was very much like lock and key. They tracked
Right.
my every move, all of that stuff. They were very strict, you know.
Right,
So
right.
it's very much.
Who's
yeah.
more strict, your mother or your father?
Father.
Yeah, I would say they were like a united front.
Oh, United.
But
Really?
my mom was like the enforcer. My dad is
Oh.
like the one who like tells us what to do and not do. But like when it comes to punishment, my mom would be the
Yo, the
person.
same thing.
Right?
The same
Really?
thing
Yeah.
with Haram. The same situation.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the mirrored image. Like
It's
situation.
so weird.
Like yeah, it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So you moved to America 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that changed things to you. You had access
Yes.
to smut.
Yeah. So I didn't even like have like at my first I guess sexual partner. I lost my virginity. I was like 22, like right before I moved. Right before I moved out,
Right.
moved to the States. There were a couple of years where I still like I lived with my family, but it wasn't until I had like my first own apartment, my first everything, that I started really like exploring myself sexually. And it kind of how I started or how I got in the business. I was when I first started, I really wanted to try out more kink fetish things.
Right,
That's what
right,
I
right.
wanted to like really
bondage?
explore. Yeah. So I was doing a lot of that, and while I was doing that, I was like, why not, start one of those, a pay site or a subscription site, so it can supplement the hobby.
Right.
Because I studied finance before that. I have my bachelor's and master's in finance. I was working in finance. I was like,
Wow.
why not do that?
She ain't a
too?
stupid person.
A little stupid.
She's
We're all a little
smart.
stupid or
Well,
naive.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
she's book
I'm
smart.
smart in some
She's book
things,
smart.
not so much in other things.
Yeah.
Everybody has.
Because you were sheltered.
Yeah.
She's
I'm learning.
Are you
as
still?
a-
Are you still like finding your way, navigating your way through this industry? Do you think?
Always.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
always.
Because you're pretty new, right?
I would say.
Right.
I would say I'm up and coming.
Right. Because you've been like I barely saw anything of you. Like you just literally were. You used to wear a mask.
Yeah. When I first started, I was wearing a mask.
Right. And I
yeah.
saw like on your Instagram, like you had a mask on.
It's
Yeah.
very alluring, though, the mystery.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool gimmick.
Yeah. It was
Because it wants
interesting, yeah.
you want people to like they want more. They want to see more of you.
Yeah.
Who's behind the mask type deal. You know.
I
So it's-
understand the allure of the mystery, but
The
I
mystique,
feel like
yeah.
I don't know. Like I think the more I got deeper and deeper in the industry, the higher my aspirations got, and
Right.
I'm like the mask kind of became a hindrance more
Oh,
than
it kind of held you back.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
Okay.
so I wanted to just be free of all of that, and
You wanted to
really-
be free of the shackles, and the mask
Yeah.
was like the last thing to say. Okay, it's time to take it to the next level.
yeah, something like that.
Right. Right.
That's very poetic.
Yeah, well, I all of the things that you're going through is like literally what I experienced with the girl that I was dating, and it was quite the tale. But
Yeah.
so that's why I was so excited to have her on here because it's an interesting story to tell because people don't realize like there's a whole different type of cultural shock in the other part of the world that a lot of women are not allowed to do certain things. So it's so liberal here
Yeah.
where it's like it's normal, but like
In other parts of the world,
yeah,
it's not.
it's like the
Yeah.
worst thing you could be. And I'm glad you're having the opportunity and the chance to explore.
Tell me about your first experience using a sex toy.
My
What was that like?
It was probably after I moved here. I think it was probably a vibrator. I like vibrators a lot. So the first time I used a vibrator, I kind of didn't really know what I was doing. I was like, because I was so used to my hand. So it's kind of like a different, sensation now. I only use a vibrator and never use my hand. But it was kind of like, even when I first started just learning how to masturbate, you kind of have to try it until something happens. So I remember being a little bit frustrated trying to figure out like how do I position this in a way to make it more pleasurable for me. So it was a lot of that until I figured it out. But I don't think it took me like a long time. It
Right.
just, took a little bit, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. And then,
Right.
it just happened. And I'm like, yeah, it's great.
That's
I
awesome.
think I got like a
Amazing.
Hitachi or something. I think-
Hitachi.
Those
Yeah.
Hitachis are dangerous.
Sorry, maybe I
love
shouldn't
them.
say the name. Like a wand, a
An-
magic wand,
An intense magic wand.
a body massager.
Well, so you're out here in Miami. Do you come out here often?
I feel like last year I came here a lot more than this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, just things, and I don't know, things change. Now I'm more in LA than in Miami.
Well, always like
yeah.
the porn capital.
Yeah, but even Miami, it's also there's it's like one of the hubs for.
It's a hub, but I think LA is more where the production companies are. Like,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
more, it's catered to
budget.
filming. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's catered to the
yeah.
filming aspect of things.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But so you've been doing this now. Your goal is to explore. You're an independent performer. You're not signed to an agency.
Yes, I am.
Shout out to that, right?
Yeah.
So, do you do fan site content and work in the industry? You've done your films?
Sorry. Oh, you don't have that. So yes, I do make my own content. Some of it like, kind of what you expect out of a content creator. Like an iPhone and a light and
Listen, that's
let's
the best
go.
kind, man.
Which I kind of
we
like.
like
because
we
it's
like the
more-
grimy porn.
It's more real. It's not grimy. I feel like it's more real,
It's
more
intimate.
organic.
Yeah, no, I mean they
Organic,
call it
yeah.
grimy porn, but like they like the fact it's the psychological experience of you getting something that's
Yeah.
from someone.
That you might
Exactly.
not be able to see
Yeah,
otherwise.
it's intimate when it comes from their phone. So
Exactly.
it feels like you took it for them.
Exactly.
Whereas, when I think, me personally, I never liked watching the big budget porns because I just like this is just so
Takes you out.
fake. But like when you're doing like, oh, like let's go into this room and let's record real quick, or like, oh, we went
Yeah.
out and
Yeah, my favorite kind of porn is the ones that is just it looks like someone they were going to do the sex.
yeah,
And they just took their phone with them, it's not like
Yeah.
a big deal. But I also I feel like porn also allowed me to explore myself more creatively. So I like to produce my own stuff sometimes, even if it is like just regular two people having sex, but like
you-
make it
yeah.
look good, cinematic.
Right.
I geek out on all the equipment and all of that stuff. So
Really?
Right.
yeah, I do that, and I'm kind of dipping my toes into like mainstream porn as well. Yeah.
Interesting. So, you've had your first scene?
Yeah.
Tell me about
yeah.
that.
My first, I've done like amateur scenes with like smaller indie producers, but my first mainstream scene was with Reality Kings, and it was while I was still had my mask on, and I did not expect to actually get a scene
Right.
with a big company name,
Well,
even
I
with
think
a mask
I think
on.
it has a lot to do with the rarity of your culture, your background.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of girls in the business, or
Yeah.
if any, that is like you. So you have more of eyes on you because of that.
Your bravery.
Yeah.
You're brave.
So
for
it's
doing
like
what
it's
you
like
do.
it's like a super fetish to have
Yeah.
someone like you doing the type of scenes. So they're like, oh shit, like we got to get her. So, yeah, that's what makes it, I guess, special.
There are a few girls out there who like still do the, I would say, similar background as mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that.
But you the real deal. Let's be real. Like, come on, you the real deal. Like you see you like that's the real deal. You got the girls that I'm just half of this, or I'm just like my great grandmother was this, and they claim it. But like you are literally from it. You can't hide it. So the legitimacy,
Born and raised.
the legitimacy is there. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell me about your fans. What is your fan demographic? What type of guy likes you?
I would say, 50-50, but like at least from the fans that I have right now, like Arabs and non-Arabs. That's how I would kind of describe them. I do have a big chunk of my fans who are into like the cuckolding aspect, because when I first started, like I said, I was doing a lot more fetish things, but I was more on the like the submissive side.
Right.
And then like I feel like the more I learned the tools, learned like how everything is, like I started to switch a little bit. But I kind of just identify myself as a slut. I don't identify myself as a dom or a sub. You know, I'm kind of just a person who
give it to me, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm
give me
just
all of your goods.
a person who enjoys sex in any of its forms, even if it's not necessarily sex itself, but if you're in a situation that's kind of cool, kind of interesting, kinky, then I'm into it. And some guys enjoy that. Like I said, so I think that's the reason why I have a lot of fans who are into the cuckolding.
Right.
Even though I don't, like, my content isn't necessarily like, you know, derogatory, into like the degradation, all of that stuff. But
I like you brought that up because of your background. I've seen things where they had to wear the hijab,
Yeah.
right? So how do you feel about that?
So I am okay with that. I don't have any moral, you know, thing against it. Like if we really want to like get into it, I think the hijab is more of a cultural thing.
Right.
So I don't see it as necessarily a terrible thing or a sacrilegious thing.
Right.
I've done stuff with a hijab before. It's just not really my kink, because I was forced to wear it growing up. So now that I'm getting into porn, some people ask me to do it, but I'm just like, it's kind of...
That's the last thing you want to do when you've been forced to wear it for years of your life.
Exactly. So I kind of try it right now, at least steer away from it. You know, anything might change. I'm never going to say no to something.
Hey,
but
you know what I call it?
What?
Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Actually, I mean...
Hey, man, if the right price
listen.
comes around, she might change her mind. But right now, you better come with them numbers.
Several commas.
Yeah. That's cool. So you're out here for the awards. Are you nominated for anything?
No, I'm this year I didn't really like focus a lot on the whole getting nominated. Just because I feel like this year is the year I was really getting my foot in the ground and understanding how things happen. Because you know, with any of the awards, like you have to be you have to know if you want to be even nominated way ahead of time and like actually plan for it. So I didn't really plan for anything like that. I'm just kind of absorbing, learning, kind of trying to understand the industry more on a deeper level.
And the awards are interesting. You can have someone submit on your behalf.
Yeah. I just didn't really tell anybody.
That's cool. That's cool. So
this year at least.
So are you like what's the life the day in the life of Sarah? What do you do for fun? What are your hobbies besides, you know, being a beautiful slut?
Oh my God. I mean, that's my favorite thing to do, honestly.
There's got to be something more. Like I know you do other stuff. Come on.
Well, it's funny because it changes every day. I just bought a house, so I
What?
moved.
Congratulations.
That's amazing. Wow. Incredible stuff.
Yeah. So that's kind of been my focus, is the house, the moving, the packing, everything. I live in Michigan, so
it's cold there.
But it's getting warmer now.
Close to Canada.
I hate
It
Michigan.
is.
You're close to me.
Detroit.
Michigan sucks.
Toronto.
Michigan does not suck. It actually is very lovely.
What?
I'm a huge...
What's in Michigan? Tell me.
Everything.
Lots of things and
Lots
people
of
that I know.
Yeah.
Like what?
Quite
Tell me.
popular.
Well, what do you want to see?
What do you want to know?
What do
Michigan
you want?
sucks so bad.
It's
And it's
the
cold.
birthplace of
hater.
Motown.
Motown.
That's extinct.
No.
Techno. That's where it started. It started in Detroit. Techno.
man.
Rock
There you
City,
go.
Detroit Rock City.
Detroit
Slander
Rock
King's
City.
from Detroit.
There's a lot of music-based people that are from Detroit.
Detroit South Pizza is the best pizza ever. I will fight people on that one.
I haven't been, but I would love to go.
You're always so. I have a new place. You're always welcome. I have like guest rooms and everything.
That is really sweet. I'm gonna
yeah.
take you up on that offer.
Yeah, it's getting warmer. It's so nice just being outside. Like, I have a really nice backyard. It's like on the woods, and now I'm like I can just go out and be with nature. It's fun.
Sure. Detroit sucks and is a dump. But anyway,
It's freedom for
I
her.
I feel like he's been personally victimized by Detroit. Like, what's going on?
Have you ever even been there?
We need to explore
yes,
this
of
right
course
now.
I've been to Detroit. What do you
You
think? It
have?
looks like a like Gotham City and shit.
I love
When did you
Gotham
go?
City. Batman
Oh,
is
yeah.
my boy.
Like I went through that
Gotham
shit. I was
boy.
like, God damn. Like,
I don't think you've been shown real proper Detroit.
well, probably I was in the hood.
Yeah,
You gotta go to Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor is cool too. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I'm happy you got a house. That's beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. That's a great
And did you
accomplishment.
say it has a pool?
No, I didn't say.
What? It's
But
Detroit, man.
I don't know.
It's like
But I am getting a jacuzzi.
That's
yeah.
You know what?
best.
A hot tub. Get a hot
Yeah.
tub. Yeah.
Hot tub streams.
Imagine even in the cold with the snow and you go in the hot tub
that's
and
dope.
it's hot.
That's dope. I
Right?
like that.
See,
It might
I
not be
got
that
you.
bad
I
then.
got
If you
you,
get a
I
hot
got
tub, you lit. Cool. So, any places you inspired to travel on your journey as a content creator? Any places?
As a content creator, that's
Yes.
interesting. Well, I do want to really visit Amsterdam. Just that's
Oh.
more for a personal thing because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Are
And I
you
feel like
thinking of going to XBiz Amsterdam?
so someone told me about that and I might. I
Mm.
might honestly. I feel like that would make it worth it for me to go all the way there. And I feel like Amsterdam / Germany, like those countries are
Right.
very fetish friendly. Like they have a lot of like
Very.
interesting things over there.
They got a lot of crazy stuff, man. Germans, man.
I've heard
I love
Berlin
it.
is the place to be for kink.
Yeah, so I really want to go there. I also really want to visit Japan.
Ooh.
I love Japanese porn so much.
Yo, it's the most weirdest porn I've ever seen in my life.
I love it. So I don't know.
Tentacles.
It's not just even the tentacles. It's like
tentacles.
everything. The bukkakis, the
Oh,
all the
God.
the gangbangs.
The
they do over
karaoke
there.
blowjobs.
Oh my god.
That was fucking hilarious.
yes.
That, I saw that on a reel, actually. And it made me laugh. I was sending it to everybody. I was like, yo, this shit is funny. It's like,
But
you
it's
ever seen that?
real.
Oh, you ever seen that movie Swordfish?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
With Halle Berry?
There's a scene, right? Kind of reminded me of the karaoke thing. There's a scene where he had to hack a computer and the man had a gun to his head and the girl was giving him a blowjob. It fucked up his.
Wait, I
What
feel
the
like I
hell?
know that. I feel like I've seen
he
that
was
before.
he was getting his dick sucked, but he was also in mental turmoil because the guy had a gun to his head and he had to like
and he had to hack.
hack.
He's focusing on 5
Why
things
would
at
they
once.
do that to
I mean, that's
him?
like-
That's
That's
so
like-
crazy.
Chinese torture.
That's torture. it
That's
is.
awesome though. It was a great. Oh, you got to check it out. Swordfish. It was a great scene. It was great.
I like the boobs.
Yeah.
The boobs.
Oh, that was the first time Halle Berry went
Yeah,
naked.
bared it all.
Yeah,
That's
she
what I
showed it all.
remember.
Really?
She's like, yeah, man.
I have to watch it.
Do you have
Um,
any movie scenes that were sexual that inspired you or turned you on?
Oh my god! The first thing that came in my mind. Do you remember the movie The Secretary? With
Yes.
James Spader and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh yes.
That movie, oh my god. I still love James Spader in his current form because of that movie.
The
I
sex
love
retary.
yeah. It was I think I was too young when I first watched it. I didn't really understood it, but it imprinted on me, I think. Yeah.
So you're into any kind of cosplay or any of that stuff?
So I love it. I love watching it. I never really got into it myself. I don't know why. It's just it was maybe it's just laziness mixed with like, oh, I can never
You gotta think of stuff.
achieve that like level, because all the ones you see online are so good. I'm like,
Right.
I don't think I'm like that talented, so maybe it's like a little bit of a self-sabotage, but I love watching people cosplay.
You're a
and
watcher.
thing. Yeah, I'm a lurker.
I know you are. That's how the girl that I'm dating, she likes to watch. She's a watcher.
I like to be watched and
You
watched.
like to be watched, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember you at Hito when at the pool. I remember when I was in the pool and I saw what you were doing.
That's my biggest fantasy.
No, I
It's
saw
gonna happen
that.
one day.
I, Yeah, we were actually making betting. We were betting to see if that would happen. So it was me.
I'm
and a bunch.
Nice.
pansexual.
So we. I'll tell you all. I'll tell you after this. But it's a funny story. I didn't want to share it.
You can share it. It's okay.
All right, fine. So
Story time.
story time with Fernello.
It was at a Wild Tribe event.
Yeah, it was at, so
Yeah,
it was at
okay.
Wild Tribe. I would say Wild Tribe 4. And we were at Hedonism, which guys don't even know. Hedonism is a place in Jamaica, in the grill.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle resort. You get to be nude all over.
You can have sex. You can masturbate.
You could do whatever you want. in
Watch, be
public.
watched.
Yeah. So it was at night, and a couple of the models, we were like, all right, we're done shooting for the day. Let's just chill out. So when you go there's something called the nude side. The whole thing is nude, but like the prude side, you have the option of wearing clothes.
Yeah.
The nude side, you have to be butt ass naked as soon as you get to that line.
Or the security will come get you.
Yeah.
And they'll say, like, no. You have to
So
be naked
you
or
have
turn
to be
around.
naked.
It has to be naked.
And you can't bring your phone. They tape everything. Like you can't so there's no recording, which is cool. And so we go in there. I'm with like a couple models. We're just chilling, having some drinks, whatever.
I'm a very friendly person.
And then-
I make friends easily.
So this chick disappears. I'm like looking for Marina. I'm like, where the hell's Marina?
Up to an adventure.
So me and Brittany, who was we were in the pool, we're like, yo, is that Marina like over there where like this little show is taking place?
Yes.
So it was a transsexual woman, and they still had the package,
Yes.
and the transsexual woman had their boyfriend,
Bent over.
and there was some sort of examination going on,
Ah.
and I see Marina sit by the bench, and she's literally like this. I swear, she's like this, like.
As close as we are, I was like,
you're looking up, like I was like, she's literally watching this whole thing take place. So
I love watching penetration.
so
That's
so
so cool.
she was
Yeah,
like
that's
watching it,
hot.
and we were like, yo, how much you want to bet? Let's try to see if Marina bangs the transsexual tonight.
I've wanted to.
And so we literally was like, yo, I got all the girls, and I was like, yo, Marina, we gotta watch this. We want to see it happen. So it was me, Brittany. I think it was like
Miss Body.
Miss Body, and we were trying to like see if you would actually do it. So we were trying to follow you, but the girl ended up passing out. She fell asleep or whatever, and like
She was satisfied from her event that I was watching.
yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah, that was a funny situation. So I thought that was
One
hilarious.
day I'm gonna go to Thailand.
A
and
lady
go to
boy.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Wow, I got to be there for that.
You can come.
Yeah.
It can be a Wild Tribe event.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally
There you go.
wild.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
can't wait for the next one, but still, yeah, we have plenty of Wild Tribe stories. Like, let me tell you, plenty of stories, and I can't share all of them.
Some of them are too scandalous,
Yeah,
and they would
and-
destroy reputations.
That's how I got
Oh,
that name, Wild
snap.
Tribe. It was just like we're just a wild tribe of people getting together, doing wild shit, having fun, making content, getting pictures. And this was we had Wild Tribe before everybody was doing OnlyFans. Like we were doing Wild Tribe events way before that.
It was for the art.
Yeah, we were just doing
Yeah.
stuff just to do stuff, and then we was like, hey, we could monetize off of this. Cool. And then
Exactly.
start getting content creators on board, and then once we started doing that, that's when it started going crazy.
Activated.
Nice.
But we were getting like the regular cookie cutter influencer girls on board,
Yes.
and they were going buck wild, but we would never record them. We'd be like, don't worry, your secret's safe with us.
Secret private
That's
parties.
cool.
Yeah, so we would never like record them, but we want
Yeah.
them to have the experience just like a content creator would. And yeah, just let me tell you, it made for great stories. I mean,
Oh,
I had
yes.
some great stories, with
my
that.
God.
But yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
do you have your own personal website?
I have a.
Where can people see the goods?
Yeah.
So
good.
you can go to saraharabic.com, and it has the links to all the sites that I'm around, even the social medias. It's
Right.
just easier that way. Sarah Arabic, so SARAHARABIC.com. And I'm on Fansly. I'm on some
Good old Fansley.
other websites like clip stores and stuff like that.
Nice.
And you're on Twitter.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
also on Twitter.
Yes.
Quite
and
popular.
Instagram. You have to. I'm still trying to understand. Well, I understand TikTok. I just don't know how to incorporate it in my life.
Right.
That's like
let me
another-
tell you, TikTok, man, that increased my sales revenue 10 times.
That's TikTok is the name of the game. I
You
mean,
gotta
I don't
get
know.
on that bad
need,
boy.
I need to. I'm just.
Don't worry,
you know,
I'll give you some tips later.
just the tips.
Just the
Just the
tip.
tip. I'll give.
How to.
But until then, I am so happy to have you
Thank
come and enjoy
I
and
appreciate it.
was
be
a
on the
pleasure.
show, and
Thank you.
we'll have her maybe you'll get body painted in the future.
I really
Ooh.
want to. That sounds like an amazing.
Yeah, we got to do that. It's just it's been crazy, chaotic here now, but
Oh, yes.
that next time,
Yeah.
one of these days, you'll see her in the painted thing, right?
Painted.
Body painted
whole
up, the
body.
whole thing, right?
Whole body.
For the Wild Tribe podcast, I'm Marina Valmont.
And I'm Fernello.
And I'm Sarah Arabic.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get wild some other time. Enjoy.